I'd like to punch him in the face. I mean, he's so blatantly stupid. He's a punk, he's a dog, he's a pig, he's a con, a artist, a mutt who doesn't know what he's talking about, doesn't do his homework, doesn't care, thinks he's gaming society, doesn't pay his taxes. He's an idiot. Colin Powell said it best. He's a national disaster. He's an embarrassment to this country. It makes me so angry that this country has gotten to this point, that this fool, this bozo, has wound up where he has.
Boom. There it is. The gloves are off. And Robert De Niro just went full savage mode on Donald Trump. No script, no filter. Just raw rage, straight from the Godfather himself. A Hollywood legend standing up on national TV and calling the president a dog, a pig, a punk. And then he goes even harder. I want to punch him in the face. Yes, he said that out loud. De Niro didn't come to play politics. He came to destroy. And MAGA, they were not ready for it.
I'm going to say one thing. Fuck Trump. It's no longer down with Trump. It's fuck Trump.
And just like that, the gloves were off. Robert De Niro didn't deliver a speech. He dropped a grenade. In 2 words, he shattered the polished, scripted world of award shows and turned the Tony stage into a battleground. This wasn't Hollywood rage. This was a declaration of war. The crowd standing, screaming, half in awe, half in disbelief, and somewhere you just know Trump was watching. Probably mid-tweet, stake in one hand, remote in the other, furious. And the media, they tried to clean it up. The censors slammed the mute button, but it was too late. The clip hit the internet like wildfire. Within hours, trending worldwide, memes, edits, reaction videos. De Niro had gone nuclear. This wasn't acting. This wasn't a scene. This was real fury from a man who'd had enough and wasn't afraid to torch his reputation just to say it. And if you thought that was the peak, oh no. This was just the beginning of De Niro versus Trump. And the next round, even more brutal.
Do you think our democracy is at risk in this election?
I think that it is. I always keep saying democracy is great, of course, but democracy people take for granted. It's a word that some people don't even understand. They take it for granted. It's about right and wrong, period. The guy's a monster. He is beyond wrong. It's almost like he wants to do the most horrible things that he can think of in order to get a rise out of us. I don't know what it is, but he's been doing it, and it's scary.
Are you
Excuse my French.
And just like that, the gloves were off. De Niro wasn't just calling Trump names anymore. He was sounding the alarm. From mob movies to real-life madness, he painted Trump as the ultimate threat, not just to politics, but to democracy itself. A wannabe made man? No. De Niro said what others were too afraid to, that Trump doesn't just play gangster, he is one. And when a guy who's made a career out of playing tough guys says the real danger wears a red tie and grins on a golf cart, you listen. This wasn't Hollywood anymore. This was a warning shot, and De Niro wasn't done yet.
Let him die in a jail cell.
This wasn't a slip. This wasn't a joke. This was Robert De Niro. Decades of legacy, Oscars, global fame, standing in front of a mic and saying what millions were thinking but never dared to scream. It wasn't politics anymore. It was justice, fury, a lifetime of watching Trump dodge consequences, and this was the breaking point. The mask came off, the gloves came off, and De Niro, he was done pretending. That wasn't a line, that was a sentence.
Democrats, you are gangsters. You are gangsters. Fuck you.
This wasn't just De Niro going off on Trump. This was De Niro turning to the crowd, to every enabler, every cheerleader, and saying, you stand with him, then you're part of this mess. His voice didn't shake. It cracked open. This wasn't Hollywood. This was fury. You could feel it in the room. The tension, the yelling, the chaos. And De Niro didn't back down. He looked them in the eyes, called them gangsters, cowards, frauds. And for a second, it felt like the Bronx came alive on stage. This was a war cry. No script, no filter, just truth with a punch behind it.
What we have here is a denial of truth all over the place. And even the speech that he made after is insane. It's just insane, and I'm very, very concerned about it. I think we all are. It's insane. So that's why I felt I had to do something, say something about it, to go on record.
And then the fire turned into ice. This wasn't the yelling De Niro. This was the one who'd seen enough, heard enough, and now stood there, voice low but sharp, spelling it out like a man delivering a eulogy for truth itself. What we have here is denial, he said, not just from Trump, but from a system, from people, from the entire movement built on distortion. And when De Niro says, "I feel like I have to go on record," it hits different. That's not a soundbite. That's history. That's legacy. That's a man with decades behind him looking dead into the camera saying, "You're being lied to, and I won't stay silent." It's not rage. It's responsibility. And that's even more dangerous to those who fear the truth.
Do you think he pretends to be dumber than he is to confuse people and make them think? No, you think he's
No, I don't think so.
Why you would guess that there's a big group of people in this country who believe that he cares about them?
I am totally dumbfounded, baffled by that. I can't understand it, and it's a thing that we've seen over decades and decades. And he is a malignant narcissist. He's a socio-psychopath. He's created some new language as far as describing somebody in his mental condition. It's so frightening and scary, and he's dangerous. We got to get rid of him.
Do you ever?
When Robert De Niro says he's dangerous, he's not being dramatic, he's being dead serious. This isn't just Hollywood noise. This is a man who's played mobsters, tyrants, and broken men, and he's saying Trump is worse. De Niro's face, no acting. That's raw fear, not for himself, but for what's coming if Trump ever holds power again. He's not worried about policies. He's worried about democracy itself. The truth, the courts, the media. De Niro sees a man who breaks the system just to protect himself, and he's sounding the alarm loudly. Call it Hollywood hysteria if you want. But every time someone said he's just loud, De Niro doubled down. He's not just loud, he's a threat, a danger. And if someone like him is scared, maybe we should be paying closer attention.
The guy is a total monster. And anybody, I don't understand it. I guess they get behind that kind of logic. They want to fuck with people, screw them, because they're unhappy about something. He's such a mean, nasty, hateful person. I never play him as an actor because I can't see any good in him. Nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing redeemable in him. And we have to, and whoever the people are who want to vote for him, and they look like intelligent people around there. For some reason, it can't be. It cannot be. If he wins the election, you won't be on the show anymore. He'll come looking for me. There'll be things that happen that none of us can imagine. That's what happens in that kind of a dictatorship, which is what he says. Let's believe him. Take him at his word.
I did from the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, I said from the very beginning, this guy is never going to concede power, and he still hasn't.
No.
He still hasn't. He still admitted he lost the last election, and he advertises that he will go on. He says he's been cheated out of one term, so maybe we should get rid of the a president only gets 2 terms thing. So
he's a sociopathic, psychopathic, malignant narcissist.
And here, this is where Robert De Niro doesn't just go off. He erupts. This isn't just politics to him anymore. This is personal. You can hear it in his voice, the shake in his tone, the fire in his eyes. He's a mean, nasty, hateful person. No hesitation, no filter, just truth. He says he'd never even played Trump as an actor because there's nothing human to portray. No heart, no soul, no redemption arc, just cruelty. And when De Niro looks dead into the camera and says, if he wins, you won't be in this show anymore, he'll come looking for me. That's not exaggeration. That's fear. Not for his career, but for freedom, for speech, for art. This is one of America's most iconic actors warning us, this isn't a movie, it's real. And the villain doesn't wear makeup. He wears a red tie. And if we're not careful, we're all extras in his script.